Good evening, Savages, and welcome back to another episode of Savagely Paranormal After Dark.
Hi.
Tonight, we have a very exciting topic. We are going to talk about our experiences that we had while we were at an investigation we did at the Hotel Conneaut.
Yes.
We were there for the Psychic and Paranormal Fair. So it was, we got to meet a lot of people, see a lot of things.
It was very fun. It was a very interesting experience.
Yeah, we seen there were so many people there. It was very people-y. It was fun though.
The best part, not including the investigation part, but the best part was when Sunday afternoon a family came walking past our table. This was when you were out squirreling somewhere. And
oh, you mean that time when we couldn't find her?
Yeah. The one of many. This family came up to the table, and, you know, most of the tables there, they were selling things. So they're looking at the table, and they were trying to figure out what we were selling. And I said, no, we're not selling anything. We're just paranormal investigators. We did a mini hunt last night, and the guy went, what? And he grabbed his little boy that was with him, and he said, look, this is what you always wanted. You always wanted to meet a real-life paranormal investigator. And the kid was just overwhelmed.
Ecstatic.
And we let him play with all the gadgets on the table.
Yeah, that's when you guys set off the you let him set off the REM pod. I was actually in the basement. I was with Junior getting his Reiki session done.
Okay.
So.
And just watching him walk away from the table, beaming from ear to ear, that was just the coolest part of the whole thing.
Yeah. It was definitely interesting. We had a lot of people come to find us specifically.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, that was like kind of wild. I didn't expect there to be so many people that were like, oh, we found you finally. We've been looking for you all day. It was weird.
I think
it was like a cult following.
I think it started because producer made us a flyer, and that's what we sent in for our marketing materials. And I think just because we looked more professional than the other pictures for the flyers, that people were like, ooh, who's that?
We also put our faces and our names out there a lot, like on their like Facebook page.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like I introduced our group and stuff, and like a lot of the other people there didn't really do that.
Yeah.
They didn't market themselves.
And the coolest part with that was when we started finally selling tickets for the mini ghost hunt. We had people coming up and we had to turn them away. We're like, sorry, we got our number. We can't have any more.
Yeah.
And people were so upset. And the other teams weren't sold out yet, and people were so upset they didn't even bother signing up with anybody else. They were just like, well, if we can't go with you, we're not going to go. I was like, I'm sorry.
Right, we had all of our tickets sold within like the first hour that we were there. It was crazy.
Yeah,
well, not the first hour we were there, but the first hour we were allowed to sell tickets.
That was very surprising to me, especially with us being like the baby group that was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were the babies, the newbies there.
They stuck us in the corner.
Yeah.
They stuck the baby in the corner.
In the corner of the basement, away from everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
probably better that way.
It was
too people-y upstairs.
It was so people-y upstairs. But we've seen a lot of really cool stuff, like the tray table Ouija boards.
Oh, yes.
Those were pretty cool.
That was awesome.
Somebody in our group that went on our investigation decided to play with those.
And not tell anybody.
And not tell anybody, and not say goodbye on any of them.
Oh, see, I missed that part.
Yeah, I found out Sunday afternoon that he had played with every single one of them.
Nice.
Didn't say anything to anybody. Didn't say goodbye on any of them because he thought they weren't real.
Nice.
My interesting interaction with the puppy 2 tables down from us.
Oh, well, that was tons of fun. And then I got to play with a bunch of other puppies there, too. I got to play with the Doberman and the hotel we stayed at. I got to play with the Husky. And there was 2 other dogs at the fair.
Yeah, that Boston Terrier was...
Oh, He was so cute.
He was always excited to see me come over and
Yeah.
play with him and pet him.
He is adorable.
I kept trying to get him to let me puppy sit in.
Right. There were a lot of vendors there that that actually want to go out with us the next time. We met a lot of cool people there. We have a lot of investigators from other teams that want to come out and do an investigation with us. So that was interesting.
We made a lot of connections.
Yeah, we did. I got lots of business cards of people that we're going to post stuff up so you guys know all these people, because they do jewelry, they do crystals, they do oils, they do, you name it. I probably got a business card from them for it, and everybody there was super nice.
Yeah, the investigation was really fun too. It started off really slow and quiet, and then, you know, just built from there. It was really interesting that we ended up with extra people than what we did, like what we were supposed to. I found that to be kind of interesting that they got turned away from another group that they bought tickets from and ended up with us somehow.
We
magically.
were technically only supposed to have no more than 20 people. I think we ended up with like 35 following us because they just kept coming from every corner. Every time we turned a corner, we added 4 more people.
And I'm like, I can't head count. Like, we started with 15, and then we were 20, and then it just grew from there. And I'm like, I can't keep track of who's supposed to be here and who's not supposed to be here.
I do like how our hunt went from being a hunt to an actual educational experience, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like various portions, you know, we're just talking about everything we do. We're not really ghost hunting anymore. We're just explaining how we do things.
Well, a lot of people wanted to see that aspect of us. They wanted to know how we do things versus how normal, conventional ghost hunting teams do it. Because we don't do things like all of the other teams.
No, we're functionally dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we all, like, are really close to each other, and we know we can read each other's energies very well compared to some of the other groups there.
Yeah.
That's one of the upsides of having a small group.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's being close, and, like, we do a lot of stuff together, too, though, so, like, we're here for podcasts. Like, the 3 of us are here for podcasts all the time. The other 2 join when able, but, I mean, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, they were all really interested because most groups can have upwards 15 to 25 people in their group, and they're
like, what do you mean? You only have 5 people in your group total, like 6 people total.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The way it works. And then everybody was intrigued because, you know, we have the whole quote-unquote witchy side of things that we do. And that intrigued everybody, I think, more than anything, because you watch all the shows on TV, you don't really see that kind of stuff so much.
No.
It's all... I'm not saying the electronics are bad. They're good. We have them, and they're great.
We have them, we use them, but it's not that's not the only thing that is out there for this field to use. And a lot of people think that it's like the only thing. Like
I do think it intrigues people too that you're mostly an all woman. We're mostly an all woman group except for me, and then they're trying to figure out my dynamic in there.
Yeah.
Well, we have your dad too occasionally. But
he's on our major hunts.
Yeah.
But like our local and residential hunts, he can't be there for everyone.
Right, but you're just one of the girls at that point, because you just hang out with everybody, you fit in.
Pretty much, yeah.
Stop it.
You fit in very well with us, though. Like, I don't think we would be as decent of a group without, like,
everybody has their own unique spot in the group.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be the same.
I'm equipment retrieval.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the same if you weren't there, though.
Yeah, y'all would lose a lot of equipment.
No, like we were telling them, you are the grounding stone.
Yeah, definitely. You keep the group together,
I'm the
sane
protector.
and safe. So, yeah, we're really glad that you joined with us.
I'm not going to get into it right now, but I did figure out that there is a name for the abilities that I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was cool, learning that there's actually a name for things that you do.
And there's things that you can do to make it even better.
Yeah.
It was really interesting for me finding other people that can do it.
Yeah.
'Cause I have never
Yeah.
met anybody else.
I have never met anybody else that could do what you do. It was interesting, but like we'd met a lot of really cool people, like the Reiki guy, Darren. He was awesome. He's checked on us quite a few times since being home. He checked on us to make sure we made it home and to make sure that everybody was still feeling okay.
He's awesome.
Despite the weekend's chaotic
which we'll
events.
get into that in just a minute. But he's awesome. I'm gonna post links to his stuff too, because he's really good.
Yeah, he checked on the family too. Like he wanted us to reach out and check on them to make sure they were okay, which was cool. Mm-hmm. Which we'll also go over. And then we had a few of the readers. One of the readers, Dimitri, he reached out to us to check on us. There was a vendor that reached out to check on us because we were the whole talk. Sunday morning, we walked in and there were vendors like, "Oh, I'm surprised y'all came back." We're like, looking at each other like, what did we do?
At that point, it was just another ghost hunt for us. I mean, it was nothing huge or traumatic, but apparently everybody else was pretty petrified over what had happened.
They were pretty traumatized about what happened. Even other hotel guests were like traumatized about what happened. There were like 10 people that left in the middle of the night, like just got their stuff and left. They didn't even check out. They just gone.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as the wing that we were in when that happened, I think it was pretty isolated from the other rooms.
Yeah, and it all started in a hallway, not even...
Yeah, it was the stairwell.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a hallway, it was the stairwell.
Our group was lined up in the hallway, but everything actually transpired in the hallway, the stairwell.
We had a very large group. Like, there were a bunch of people on the steps and then down the hallway, and we're all, like, crowded in near the stairwell.
Yeah.
It was interesting. But yeah.
So,
I guess we should tell
long
them.
story short, we started the evening in one stairwell, which we got a few things.
Floor. It was the third floor stairwell.
We got a few things. We got some K2 hits. We still have to play the recording to see if we got anything on the recording.
Yeah.
But then we moved down to another stairwell. What floor was that?
It was on. We were still on the third floor. We moved
the just at the other end.
Yeah, we just swapped ends.
So we were in there, and little did we know there were things going on down on the lower level of that stairwell when we were on the top level, and we were getting K2 hits, and this Junior, we'll call him, was in the stairwell leaning on the side. And he kept feeling like there was something there, and there was something like pulling at him, and at that point we had nothing to corroborate that. So we were just okay. Then
we went out to Sharky's.
No, before that,
right.
We were doing the Estes method, and Brian kept getting growls over the spirit box. It didn't go with anything that we had going on, so we just kind of shrugged it off and kept going.
Sometimes it happens for no reason. You just hear random things.
Yeah. We just figured, all right, when we go back and go through everything, maybe it'll make sense at that point.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and Junior kept just saying he felt weird, but...
Yeah.
Okay,
He seemed okay at that point. Like, he was standing up on the stairs by me, so, like, I was keeping an eye on him. He seemed fine.
And his dad was there, and his dad said he seemed fine to him. So we were just keeping an eye on him and just going about the evening. So then we went out to...
Sharky's, which is the, like, the tiki bar that sits on the water by the docks. And we were all down there just hanging out for a few minutes, for a little bit, like... You know, showing people some of our gear and talking about the way that we do our normal investigations, because we didn't really get any information about the hauntings that went on at the hotel, and like you can't really Google it because nothing pulls up when you Google it. Like very, very little information pulls up. It's weird.
Well, come to find out,
the
following day everything is very locked down, low key.
Yeah. But, so we didn't really know, like, till one of the other group members piped in that there was a girl that had drowned. She was in the fire that the hotel had, and she jumped off the pier to extinguish herself, and she ended up drowning, like, right there on the water. And there were a few other, like, entities that were supposedly, like, that frequent that area, but we didn't really, like, feel anything out there. Like, I didn't feel anything out there.
But we were all just randomly talking about things, which is generally when you tend to get some of the best evidence.
Yeah, and at that point, our group had gone from, like, 30 people to, like, 10. So it was a smaller group. It was more intimate setting. So that we had the chance to, like, you know, pull out the tarot cards and, like, show them how to do that stuff. And
we pulled out the candle and showed them how we use that.
Yeah, the dowsing rods. Well,
showed everybody what my usefulness is.
Toting the gear. No, that's not your only usefulness, but...
No. Helping with grounding. Kelsey.
Yeah, because Kelsey did her thing with the candle, and then she had to stop and ground for a minute.
Yeah. But even then, when we were all standing down there, Junior kept getting the K2 to go off. Like, it would only go off if he was close to it, which was kind of weird. It's like, that's interesting. Apparently something really wants to talk to you. We're not really sure what. Cool. Keep asking it questions. We got the recorders going. Hopefully we'll find something. We'll catch something. We don't know. And then
at that point, we didn't know much about his history. The only part that I knew right then was that he has
some special needs.
Well, but he has also seen and played with spirits since he was a child. His grandfather had passed away, and when Junior was little, he would be playing with his Hot Wheels, and he'd roll one, and Grandpa on the other side of the room would roll it back. So, you know, at that point, we just figure it's Grandpa.
It's something. It's somebody. They want to talk to you. They want to hang out with you. Cool. Whatever. Makes the evening a little more interesting. Everyone was like, ooh, look at the lights flash and the blinky things. And, I mean, that's kind of like the whole fun of having a mini hunt is that people get so amused with the blinky things and the lights flashing, and it's easy to entertain,
and it makes
the masses.
it kind of makes it fun for us watching them get so excited.
Yeah, it was fun watching other people get excited about things that we get excited about. And then we went upstairs
to the second floor.
And this is where everything went downhill.
Yeah.
We broke a golden rule. Well, we didn't.
I did.
I did. I broke the golden rule.
I didn't. I wasn't part of this.
So...
And boy, did I yell when I found out.
In my defense, he said, can we use them? Not, can I use them? If he would have said, can I use them? I would have been like, no. He said, can we use them? Me thinking, oh, you are a child. You're 15. You should know better. You're going to take them back to your adult people. Somebody in your adult people group, especially because you had a paranormal investigator with you that does this often, is going to be like, no, you can't use them. I will use them. You ask the questions. I do the things.
Yes.
He asked us if they could use the rods. I said, okay, because I didn't know that he was going to use them himself, because I almost said no. That's like the cardinal rule is nobody under 18 touches the rods because
that was on me.
Things happen. I didn't know.
The rods don't work for me.
I was like, okay, cool. You want to take them back to your adulty people? Sure. That is what my brain thought. Okay, cool. Here you go. That is not what happened. No. He took them down to the end of the hallway into a room that is full of mirrors that kind of face each other.
And when I asked who had the most experiences in the room, he said it was him. I said, you hold the rods because they don't work for me. I said it was my fault.
Well, I thought it was my fault because I handed him the rods. I didn't know that you had told him to go ahead and use them. Okay.
I mentioned this at the hotel.
I don't remember. Okay.
I think we were all still a little
in shock.
Freaked out.
We're all a little traumatized and in shock at that point.
It's on video.
Yeah.
But so
maybe her camera shut off. Remember?
That was after.
That was after. So they're in this room. that has mirrors, lots of mirrors, so many mirrors. I don't know why one room needs like 5 freaking mirrors. Like,
Because it's a haunted hotel. They just created an extra portal.
it's outrageous. Okay, the cardinal rule is you don't put mirrors that face each other, because that's how you create the infinite doom portal.
The infinite portal of doom. Sounds like a movie.
Yes. And it just loops, and it's there, and it never shuts because it's there.
I slept in between one. I don't care.
Yeah, we know this, but...
So, he's in there with the rods. I don't know what happened because I wasn't in there. I was down the hallway talking to another group of people, one of which was his father.
Right, but he brought
and his
them,
uncle.
He brought them back, and he put them in the bag, and then like 5 or 10 minutes later, he came back. Hey, can we use those again? And I was like, okay, like, apparently y'all got feel something down there. Sure, okay, take them back. Here you go.
So while we can back up to what happened in the room, because I wasn't there, so I have no idea. I only caught the end of it.
I only caught the end of it too.
Hang on. I was down the hallway.
I was on the floor.
And all of a sudden, you just felt this big whoosh of energy, and then everybody started yelling right after that, and I was like, oh shit, and I got up and I ran down the hallway, and then that's when we all were there getting ready to do the big thing.
Yeah.
So, in between that, it's when he got jumped, and that's probably when you felt the energy rush down the hall.
Yeah.
He started to disclose information and was told that he should not speak of things that are none of his business.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, like, I was sitting on you were in the weird little cubby.
Yeah.
I was around the corner sitting on the floor talking to the caretaker that lives in that corridor.
Yeah.
And a group of other people, because we were all like, you know, like, hey, what goes on up here? We're curious.
Because as I turned the corner, you were jumping up too.
Because I was on the floor, it took me a minute.
Yeah.
But, so I was sitting on the floor, and I felt like, when a vacuum, like, pulls all of the energy, and, like, it's almost like best I could describe, like a vacuum, sucking the air out of you.
That you just felt the whole energy. It all just went whoosh right into that room. It just sucked it out of the whole hallway.
Oh, that's not good.
That was probably a combination of me and whatever jumped him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. It was a very weird feeling. Like, I'm like, oh, that's... Soon as I was like, oh, I don't like that. Like, because it felt like something ran past me, and I was like, whoa, what was that? Like, looking down the hall, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but there was a lot of yelling going that way.
After all that was said and done, and we got finished, and we were walking back out, I got talking to Keith, the caretaker, and he even said he felt like something was about to happen because it was just too quiet.
Yeah. I remember him saying that. He was like, it was way, way too quiet. So, when our little friend, when our little friend got jumped, we all ran to him. We made sure he was safe. We got it to back off. Everybody commended us on our quickness and our speed and our abilities to, like,
that we knew what we were doing.
Back off. Like, we knew exactly what needed to be done, and we did it without hesitating, questioning, or, like, panicking. Like, everybody just assumed their positions, and we got it to go. Yeah. And it worked. There was a lot of praying. And a lot of, like...
A lot of speculation on people in our group's part when they ran outside and started to tell everybody that this kid got possessed.
Like, no, not quite.
No. Well, but, you know,
the
average person has no clue, and when they see something and then they see people react the way we did, it's kind of natural to assume that he was possessed, because we immediately went down the religious avenue to get whatever it was to back off. So I can see why they would assume that. It wasn't correct, but
I mean, everybody else that was still left at that point, there were a lot of people that, like, dipped out right as
they
that
were like,
started.
okay, we're done.
Nope, we're out. The people that actually stayed behind and helped and, like, you know, said the prayers with us and stuff, they were like, it was interesting to watch. You do what you were doing. Like, we've never seen that happen before. We've never seen what you're supposed to do, and now we know. And
yeah,
they still had a good time despite everything.
And no matter what, if that were one of our own people, it's the same thing that would happen.
right.
Regardless of whether it is somebody we're investigating for, somebody that is guesting with us, or even one of us,
Yeah.
we would do the same thing.
Everybody gets the same level of respect and
care.
yeah.
It's the same across the board. Like, if
That's-
you got jumped and we needed to get something to leave you, you would have the same thing that we did done to you.
Yeah. That's just what we do. I mean,
Yeah.
if it comes down to it, we're going to put ourselves in harm's way
In order to
save
protect somebody
whoever.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just, it boggles my mind that people were so, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, were you scared?
No.
This is just another day at the office for us at this point. Like,
yeah.
I mean, not every day does somebody get jumped,
No.
but it happens.
You always have to be
And-
prepared for the unexpected.
Right, like, that is something in this field that you have to be prepared for. Like, you can't, like, freeze and panic and think, like, oh, well, maybe he'll be okay. No, you react first, ask questions later. I don't know. It's just, it just boggles my mind that,
Yeah.
that, like, people were so, like, I can't believe
Yeah.
that you guys did that.
But everybody commended that we knew what to do, that we weren't just
BS.
there for the ride. Yeah.
And how quick we reacted.
Yeah.
That was, like, a big thing.
It was so much of a spectacle that the lady that organized the event got all the readers together to make sure what happened.
Right. Yeah.
They had a
They had a
Sunday
special
morning
meeting.
meeting, and it was announced over the loudspeakers to keep Junior in their love and light and their prayers,
Yeah.
obviously, which we appreciate because, you know, he's just a kid and he doesn't need to have
Yeah.
crap stuck with him forever.
He was not allowed back in the hotel all
No.
weekend.
Oh no, he's permanently banned.
Well,
He's not
yeah,
allowed back
but-
at all.
Just for the weekend's sake, he was not allowed. If he had to use the restroom, one of us was with him.
So he could not squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then when he was leaving that night with his family, he saw the entity that had got him in the upstairs window watching him leave. And when he came back the next morning, it was watching them pull in.
Yeah.
Come to find out, when we were in the stairwell...
No, actually, that was when we were outside. We were already outside when Darren was up there fighting it.
No, because
No, when we were upstairs on the third floor.
he was on the floor below us fighting it.
Okay.
Because we heard them.
Yeah.
So when Junior was in the stairwell and first started feeling kind of weird and the K2 was going off, the
Reiki guy.
the Reiki master was down on the level below us when he saw the 8-foot shadow hat man guy standing there. And I'm not going to go into all of his stuff, but he went to battle against it and did a little bit of damage to it, which was when it probably latched onto Junior because he saw it disappear. Well, that's when it went up and over into our stairwell. And
Yeah. And, it was an interesting evening.
yeah, it was.
We were the absolute talk of the entire convention. We had a lot of people come up to us after, like, Sunday morning and, like, oh my God, I'm so surprised you're here. And are you guys okay? And, oh my God, did you hear that there were, like, 10 people that left in the middle of the night, didn't even check
Yeah.
out?
Sorry, we didn't
We didn't mean to scare anybody, but
We didn't bring it.
no.
And apparently that is the one that was brought to the hotel by somebody else.
Yes. Which I'm pretty sure I know who brought it.
There's been a lot of speculation on to who brought it, and it may not have been another group that was there with us that weekend. People have claimed that they had seen it a few weeks prior to that, so it could have been anybody at that point.
It could have been.
There were kids that were playing the Ouija board outside. They could have summoned something. At this point, it's all speculation at this point. We don't know, but we know that there was something awakened. We were told that they thought
There's been something there that's been dormant for the last 40 years. In this entity, whatever it is, I guess, again, everything is hush-hush. But there is speculation and rumor that whatever the entity is that had been dormant for 40 years actually caused a human to die. How? I don't know. I don't know the whole story.
Yeah, we don't. It's hard to get any information about the hotel and the entities that reside there.
Is it that entity that has become active again? There were also entities that were known to be outside of the property that are not nice.
Yeah.
There have been shadow figures that have been seen. Did one of those just happen to see an easy target in him because he is on the spectrum and he has abilities, and they just said, "Ooh, hey, we're going to go over here"? Don't know.
We were told that they thought that the entity that was lied dormant was awakened. Maybe from all of the investigators that were there that weekend and all the psychics and everything. It's possible. We don't know.
That's such a huge ball of light and energy, having all of us in the same room at the same time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So, I mean, like, it's possible that it could have just... that amount of energy could have, like, fueled the fire, so to speak, for something to happen. But, I mean, I think we did a pretty good job of...
And we're expected to be back in April.
Yes. We were told we have to come back in April.
There was no, hey, would you like to come back? No, you will be here.
Yeah.
Give us your application. You're coming back in April.
Yeah.
And then back in September.
Yeah.
So a lot of the vendors want to go hunting with us. Like we made a lot of really good friends.
Yeah.
Out of this weekend, we made a lot of new followers, and it was fun. It was fun.
A lot of people like the popple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our little tappy business card. Best investment ever.
Hey, they enjoyed the stickers as business cards too.
Yes,
Yeah.
Everybody seemed to get a big kick out of the stickers for business cards.
Yeah,
and it's fun. Just simply because I'm cheap, and that was cheaper than a business card, and we made bags of candy because it was Halloween themed, and we slapped the sticker on the bags of candy, and the kids enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. We have a lot of people that are expecting us back.
Yeah.
In April, so they can come hunting with us.
Yes.
Because they didn't get to go hunting with us this round.
Yes. I mean, our reservation list, I think, is longer than the amount of people we're supposed to have anyways.
Yeah. We have a lot of
I think we're booked solid for, like, the next 2 shows.
Yeah. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We can't wait to go back. And
we're not staying at Creepy Clown Motel again, though.
No.
Why not?
0 out of 10. That is where people go to die, dude. Like, that is where every horror movie on the face of the planet starts.
It was safe. Like, we lived, we survived.
We
didn't
die.
I want to stay there again? No. You can't even shower in that hotel.
It's Children of the Corn meets the Creepy Clown base motel.
Meets Carrie.
It probably wouldn't have been so bad if the actual chain slide lock would have fit all the way over the door.
Yeah, that was scary.
Yeah, and
that was bad management placing, because anybody knows that chain is not going to reach around the jam.
Yeah, and I could tell that just by looking at it. And Kelsey's like, "All you gotta do is slide it over." I'm like, "No,
it's not moving."
No.
That's when you put the chair in front of the door.
And the chair was too short.
We hope for the best.
Well, we could have slid the other bed across there.
We could have.
I could have slept in front of the door.
That would have been the smarter thing to do.
We did not think of that.
But then what
clearly.
did we do? We had The Exorcist playing on TV all night long.
And every time
Hey,
it
the
yelled,
bathroom window was open. Anybody
Yeah.
could have slithered in that.
every time
There was only a clip holding that screen.
Yeah, I know.
Every time the Exorcist girl Reagan yelled "Mother," it woke me up, and I was like, "What is that?" Oh, it's the TV. I'm good. It's not some creepy demon child in the
No,
corner. We're
just
good.
TV.
Wake up and you see your spawn standing next to the bed.
Then you hear the girl on the movie scream, and you're like, "Wait, was that outside? Was that on the TV? Who's
You're like-
dying?"
as you're like waking up, like, what's going on?
I don't know.
Who?
I heard nothing.
What? Me? Who? Yeah. No,
I slept like a rock.
we know.
Yeah, we know. We would all be dead, and you'd be just waking up in the morning.
Like, oh,
Prime suspect.
Why is there blood all over the place? Why am I cold and wet? You'd wake up in the middle of the night cold and wet.
Did I piss myself?
No, that's just blood splatter because we were all murdered while you were sleeping.
They just mistook me for dead because I didn't move.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, it's always good times when we go on adventures together, though.
Yeah.
This was a fun one. I can't wait to go back. I'm kind of excited that we're going to go back because it was
We're
fun.
booking a room in the hotel this time. I want the haunted room.
Oh, yeah.
I want that room, yes.
You're gonna have to fight me for it.
Could we do the adjoining rooms? That could be cool.
Yeah.
The,
that's-
the,
that
two,
one?
the two rooms that are supposed to be the most haunted on the third floor aren't adjoined.
Oh,
well, all you gotta do is walk out in the hallway.
that's true.
I want to see the tub that turns red.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to book like some of the haunted rooms. 'cause
I got
that's cool.
to use the bathroom in the other room that was supposedly haunted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they found like the weird picture
Yeah.
underneath their bed. That was weird.
And the picture was like locked up somewhere. It wasn't even supposed to be out, but it was under the bed.
It was under the bed, a locked wing of the third floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it ended up in
Junior's room.
No, it wasn't his room. It was his aunt's room.
yeah.
But still,
Just
close
weird.
enough to him.
We got the peace sign, so I'm assuming we have 2 minutes left.
Yeah, yeah. It was interesting. They were like, "Oh my God, you gotta look." We get there the next morning, like, "Oh my God, you gotta come upstairs and look. We found the creepy."
Yeah, literally, we had
Tricycle
just put our stuff
painting.
down, and all you hear is footsteps come running over. You gotta come upstairs.
The
Okay.
other highlight of this trip was somebody putting their phone down and then squirreling.
For hours, and we couldn't find her anywhere. Couldn't text her to see where she was because her phone is on the table.
Yeah, I think I need an air tag for next time.
AirTag my ass.
You're getting a choke collar.
You're getting a shock collar.
Am I getting handcuffed?
You try to walk, you're
somebody?
gonna go.
Am I gonna get handcuffed?
No,
to
you're
somebody?
getting a choke collar.
No, we're gonna get her a shock collar. That way, you know, when we can't find her, we just hit the button. You hear her yelp. It's gonna have a lock on it, so she can't get it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna super glue your phone to your hand.
In my defense, both times that I squirreled, I hadn't meant to squirrel, but
In your defense,
But you should know better.
in your
our
defense,
group Junior's people kept stopping me on my way to like go to the bathroom and stuff. So I'm like, okay. Hey, how are you? You good?
in your defense, you can be like, "Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta let my people know."
Yeah.
That's a lot of walking down the stairs and back up the stairs.
Wah.
Oh, them stairs sucked.
My knees don't do the. Me and those stairs are not.
Well, you
friends.
could have meditated your way up the steps.
Could have meditated. Oh yes, our drunken buddies from slipped and fell, and
Yeah,
I'm just meditating.
meditating on the steps.
Hey, props to her because she didn't spill a drop of that
No,
drink.
no, she did not. I was impressed. I was impressed. She tripped, fell, and sat her butt on the step, and not a drop of that went anywhere. It was
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
All right, I
Alright,
guess
guys.
we need a joke to wrap it up.
That joke.
Go ahead, Katie.
Somebody grab the book. Make it a good one.
pull them shorts up any higher and they'll look like Grandpa.
Bruh, you're starting to look like Urkel. You got your shorts pulled up a little high there, buddy. Pick one.
Here's an appropriate one. What's the most evil chord?
I don't know.
Demon.
D minor.
D
D minor.
minor.
Do you know Dewey?
What's a monster's favorite play? Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, dear child.
A sore mummy needs a chiropractor.
Oh, I love plays on words.
Alright, guys. Till next time, stay safe out there.
Stay savage.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
You're cut off. No more for you.
Stay savage. Till next time. Later.